This video is sponsored by Athletic Greens.
We're going to be starting on final assembly for the C6 Corvette. The beginning stages of final assembly. Anyway, we got the wheel wells all painted in our wrinkle black paint. I absolutely love it. I know it's hard to see on this camera. This is the side that I ran out of paint, like middle of the process, but it still doesn't look that bad. I'm just not the most proud of that side. This side was my best side. Wait, let's see, focus, there we go. Yeah, this side turned out really good. I love it. Hold up 1 minute, I wanted to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Athletic Greens. Athletic Greens is a nutritional company with a daily supplement, AG1. It contains 75 different ingredients, including vitamins, minerals, superfoods, probiotics, and even adaptogens. I've been drinking AG1 for a while now. It is super convenient and has basically turned into my morning ritual. For me, I am always on the go with a bunch going on, and it is really hard to stay healthy and get all of the nutrition that I need every single day. The AG1 has made it incredibly easy for me to stay healthy and barely have to think about it. This is basically my morning ritual. 1 scoop, shake it up, and you're good to go. It tastes amazing and is packed with everything that you need to get through your day. For me, I mostly use it for energy, focus, and to know that I'm taking care of my body. It's definitely been one of the best things I've done for my health this year, and it was a really easy habit to start. Athletic Greens has been perfecting AG1 for many years now, and they're NSF certified for sports, meaning what is on their label is actually in their drink. Go to athleticgreens.com/Collete to get started on your first purchase and receive a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 AG1 travel packs. Thanks again to Athletic Greens for sponsoring today's video and keeping me healthy. Now let's get back to it. I still need to go pick up my painted subframes from the main shop, but those are done as well. So today we're going to be putting subframes back in, at least the front one, with the engine and the transmission, and hopefully we are putting the engine and trans in for the last time today. That being said, that also means that we're going to be putting in our clutch, making sure everything works there with our throwout bearing that has to be mounted onto the G-Force GSR. So I think Nick's probably gonna start working out those things so we can have our engine finally in the bay. Then we're gonna start diving into our fuel system. We are going to be utilizing the stock fuel tanks for this. It's just going to simplify things a lot. There's already not a lot of room in a Corvette, and both of these are sort of tucked up underneath the rear of the car on each side. So it also sort of helps with weight distribution, and this will keep things a lot simpler. Let's talk fuel system setup. So we're going to be working with Deatschwerks for all of our fueling needs, and I'm really excited because this is going to be the first car that I have a surge tank set up in, which is going to be amazing and much needed, especially at the banked tracks that we're going to be competing on this year. So this right here is the surge tank we're going to be installing. This is their 5.5 liter one, which is their biggest one, which will be very nice. And this holds 3 DW400 pumps in it. So we're probably only going to have 2 actually in use and then save 1 as a backup if we end up needing it. In tank, I'm also going to be dropping in a DW400 as well. This is great. I have this in my Evo. Adam puts this exact fuel pump in a bunch of his cars. We have their regulator, filter, everything, and I'm a fan of having just a mechanical gauge on the actual regulator in addition to an electronic one, just in case you're like looking in the engine bay, you can actually see it or cross-reference and double check it. We also have their injectors as well. It should last me the season. I'm really excited to have a dialed in fuel setup on this car. That was probably one of the last things that we finalized, just as we were trying to look at all the different options, and I think this is going to end up being the best one. Shout out and thank you to Deatschwerks for being a partner on this build. order some brand new subframes because these look brand spanking new. This is the final result of sandblasting the subframes and then painting them with a cast aluminum high temp abrasion resistant paint, and I'm loving it. Man, it literally looks brand new. It looks so good. Here's our rear subframe. It's already been modified, as you can see. And this is the alternator bracket, so that's gonna look a lot nicer on the block. With how it turned out. I love it, and all of these little details are what's going to make it so satisfying when we are finally done with the car. So we're gonna get everything back over to the shop so we can start putting this girl back together. Next day. I ended up being gone like half the day yesterday, and then we went straight to a car meetup where I drove my Evo, and right when we arrived there in front of everyone, my power steering decided to go by. What a great time for my power steering to just say bye right as I was pulling in. Love that for me. And proceed to leak everywhere. So good times. Now I'll have to fix that on the Evo, but we're staying focused today. It is still all about the C6 Corvette, and we were kind of freaking out yesterday because this bottom part of the fuel hanger, it's like the cover for it, was stuck inside here. And I read on forums too that a lot of people have trouble getting this part out of the tank. Some people end up like dremeling this opening out because look, I can't even put it back in properly. Like, it is the exact size of this, and even spinning it, it was really, really hard. So I was reading that up. A lot of people had to cut it. I did not want to do that because I just kept having this nightmare of something getting through the fuel filter and like messing up the injectors, messing up my engine, and I just was like, no, I'm gonna work on this the first thing I do in the morning. So I've been here messing with this for like 30 minutes and it finally came out. And this is the trick, you guys, okay? So you're gonna pull it out from this being at the top, because you can sort of compress this in and like use a pry bar or like a screwdriver to push the top of this through. And then once this is through, you put vice grips on it, which I had to use multiple vice grips on each side, in addition to having like a flathead in there prying it up. And eventually, if you keep working it, once you have this top part off, you're golden. So just use the top piece and like fold it in until it fits through here, and then you'll be fine. But to show you like how difficult this was, look, I can barely put it back in. Look, it's like the exact size. Anyway, I wanted to share that in case you guys are working on your car too and find yourself in that predicament, because we were about to bust out the Dremel and I did not want to do that. So now we can keep making progress on our fuel system. Shout out Monster Clutch for Pete's new bed. He's made himself a nice little home in there, so thanks for that. Hello everyone. Yes, it is another day within the same video. However, it's been a while since the last clip that you guys saw. So I've been sucking real bad at YouTube lately. In the last clip that you saw, we were working on the Corvette, trying to get the fuel system dialed in, and I had to run to the airport, fly to California, where I was able to shoot an entire show over a week that I'm really excited to tell you guys about very soon. This past month has been so exhausting. I can't even begin to explain how insane it's been, and I do apologize for the lack of content, the consistency, all of that. There's been so much going on behind the scenes, and I am starting to catch up on videos now, but this is where this video will be ending. Is basically me having to dip, go to the airport right when we are starting to work on final assembly for the Corvette. So to get you guys up to speed, my next couple videos, I'm gonna post closer together almost every day and get you guys caught up to where we are with the Corvette today. Obviously, you guys have probably seen the Corvette already now, shredding, ripping, me sending it. The Corvette is transformed into a phenomenal car. So I'm gonna play catch up over the next few days, get you guys the content, and I'm really excited to see what you guys think for the rest of this build. It's gonna be a whole lot of C6 updates this week. So that is it for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.